retro gaming has had a recent resurgence over the past few years, and it got me curious. I recently purchased an AYN Loki Zero, but this is a handheld PC first and retro handheld second. I plan to review this as well soon. After hours of watching reviews, I ended up choosing the PowKiddy X55. This is my unboxing video and a short test of how we navigate and how it performs out of the box. I will do a follow-up review on the PowKiddy X55 after I clean up the OS, like update it and put my own games, so stay tuned for that. So taking the contents out of the box, it's very simple. You have the device, the manual, a cable, and a QC sticker. For the device itself, at the front you have your face buttons, your D-pad, 2 analog sticks, and the volume buttons. The start, select, and volume buttons feel too clicky, and the D-pad is not really the best. When going left to right, there is a tendency for the character to move up or down. This is problematic for some games like Bomberman. Here is a quick sample of what I mean. You can see Bomberman making unwanted maneuvers. At the top, you have your shoulder buttons, the power, the host, mini HDMI port, DC and OTG port, headphone jack, and a reset button. For the power, please note that if you plug this on a super fast charger, it will not work. Stick to the standard Type A to Type C connection. At the bottom, we have 2 bottom-firing speakers and 2 microSD cards, one for the OS and one for your games. The unit I got is the black one with 16 gigs for the firmware and 64 gigs for the games. Supposedly, the black version is an upgrade over the blue one. As you can see on the back, it now says model instead of mode. Let's take a quick look at the specs. The screen is 720p and it has 4000 mAh battery. And this is rocking an RK3566 chip. The 3566 has been here for quite a while now, so a lot of optimizations have been implemented. Additionally, the stock OS is actually already jealous, which is a great custom firmware and sports EMU station for its front end. Though keep in mind, Jealous does not allow sending logs. If you find bugs, you either wait for them to fix it or fix it yourself. Scrolling around and checking the contents, there are a lot of games here. Unfortunately, there are some games here that are fake, in a different language, or hacked. If you are tech savvy enough, I personally recommend curating your own list, as there is a lot of bloat here that you wouldn't even play. The arrangement of files where they are not all arranged alphabetically will drive anyone with an OCD insane. The X55 can play more recent systems like PSP, DS, and Dreamcast. For the Dreamcast, playing through the pre-installed Crazy Taxi 2 is actually quite playable. For the PSP, not all games run well. For Bomberman, it's stuck at 15 FPS. For Ghost of Sparta, it's unplayable. It might require tweaking, but for me, I won't bother with this. For Tekken 6, this is actually quite playable. For the Nintendo DS, there is no touchscreen here, so that's already a problem. Light games that don't require touchscreen should be fine. For PS1, there are some issues for certain games. For example, we are testing Crash Team Racing. The default core can't seem to render graphics correctly. The dock station, however, will work okay. So for the next segment, I will explain why I chose the PowKiddy X55. For these segments, I will play additional games here as I do my commentary, so stick around for the game testing. First is I am a fan of the form factor of the Game Boy Advance, the PS Vita, and the Switch, so a horizontal handheld is my preference. Second is, I want a turn-on and play device. My AYN Loki Zero required a ton of work before it felt like a retro gaming machine. Third, I want a dedicated handheld for retro gaming. I already have a much more powerful smartphone, but I generally don't play on my phone, sans the occasional Mobile Legends. The fourth is, the price-to-performance ratio seems to be the best when browsing to Shopee or Lazada. Let me digress here for a bit. Living in the Philippines, there has always been an exorbitant surcharge for uncommon luxuries, where there are no official sellers, so gray market sellers post a big markup on commodities. This is present on most uncommon luxuries, not just for retro handheld. To give you an example, the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus is supposed to cost about $110, but here, it is at $220. The AYN Odin 2 is $299, but gray market sellers sell it at about $380. Other handset with the same RK3566 chipset like the Anbernic 353P, V or M are much more expensive, and I prefer the X55 over the PowKiddy RGB30. Out of all the retro handhelds around the $100 mark, the PowKiddy X55 retails for about $90, and I bought it at around $90 with shipping included. I think I've digressed on long enough. Let's end this quick look quick. Initial likes are Wi-Fi for the retro achievements, build seems good, ergonomics is great, and the front end is noob friendly. Initial dislikes are the game selections are iffy, D-pad is not the best, and some games require tinkering to work. I will do a deeper look as I play with the X55 more, so stay tuned for that one. For now, thanks for watching and happy gaming!